Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy's back! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Friday Night Football Review for round 21 of the 2022 NRL season. We saw two games of football tonight. We saw the Melbourne Storm defeat the Gold Coast Titans at Amy Park, 32 points to 14. And we just saw a great game of football between Manly and Parramatta. Parramatta winning 36 points to 20 in what's considered a bit of an upset. Parramatta going to Brookvale Oval without superstar halfback Mitchell Moses, and unbelievable performance from Parramatta. I thought it was a great game, actually. Manly Parramatta, one of the best games of football I've seen in a couple of weeks. I thought it was a classic game for Friday night footy, but this review is probably going to be solo tonight. Just going to be doing this one on my own. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like the live stream. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. It means a lot. And share the video around on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever. Share the video around and get everyone to tune into the review. And we're going to get into things in just a second. But before I do, I want to say hello to everybody in the live chat. We've got about 20 people here as we speak. Hello to SS Storm fan, Luke Melbourne Storm fan. They're in a good mood tonight. I don't blame them one bit. Hello to Faraz. Jaden Lambert says our season's over. Bugging me. It seems that way, which we'll get to very soon. Cody Games PlayStation is here as well. Who else we got here? We got Julian in the chat. Will Pearson is here. Hill Fries. Electrical Dust. The crowd's building up. Good to see a good crowd for the Friday Night Football Review. It's good to see everyone tuning in. All right. This review won't be a long one because obviously I'm by myself tonight. So this review will be a bit shorter, but we're going to get into the very first game, which was the Melbourne Storm 32, the Gold Coast Titans 14. This game was played at Amy Park in Melbourne. It wasn't a big crowd. It was actually probably the shittest Melbourne crowd I've seen in a while. There was barely anyone there. I'd love to know what the crowd fixture actually was. I reckon less than 10,000. It wasn't a great crowd there at Melbourne. It didn't look good on TV, but I guess if you're at the game live, you probably have a different opinion of that. But the Melbourne Storm, they made a couple of bold calls before kickoff. They made a few changes. They put Munster at fullback. Young Tomanapia went to the centres. They had Cooper Johns in the halves. They had Xavier Coates returning from injury. Kamakamefa ended up starting the game. They had King on the bench with Tyrone Wishart, and Dean Eremaira was dropped in general. So Melbourne did make a couple of changes before kickoff. The Gold Coast had a few as well. Greg Marzoo started on the wing there for the Gold Coast. Sam McIntyre also came into the reserves for the Gold Coast. Look, I'm not going to spend too long on this game. I thought this was a bludger of a game. Melbourne and Gold Coast, it was a sloppy old game. But we'll get into the review now for Melbourne and Gold Coast. And first try of the game went to Xavier Coates on the wing, and it was his return. I'm still not convinced that he's 100% fit. I think Coates is probably 70% match fitness. So he's still got injuries, but he came back and he scored the first try of the game, so full credit to him. Melbourne 4-0. Great start for the Storm. Then Cameron Munster went over and scored for Melbourne. Cameron Munster's he's a good play. Fuck, he does everything right, Munster. Melbourne 10-0. Melbourne already looking good early. I'm going, fuck me, 10-0 already. This could be anything. And then Kenny Bromwich went over on that left edge. He went over and scored. I think Kenny and Jesse, if you combine their games together, I think it was about 500 games all up for them both. So good on them. Melbourne 16-0 after 20 minutes, and everyone was going, oh, fuck. This could be 50. This could be 60. It didn't look good for the Gold Coast. And then the Gold Coast hit back through Beau Fermor. Now, I don't believe Beau Fermor got the ball down, but they gave it the try. I was quite amazed that they gave the try. I thought it was held up there by Fermor. So tough call going against Melbourne, which was a bit of a surprise there. What are we? 16 points to 4 in favour of the Melbourne Storm. Gold Coast got over again through Herman SCSC. Now, the Herman SCSC try should not have been allowed. It was double movement. If you go back and watch it, everyone will say it's momentum, but his arm hits the ground, and then he gets up and promotes the ball. So I thought the Herman SCSC try was a bad decision. I don't believe that should have been allowed. So they give the try to SCSC. It's 16-10 Melbourne. Gold Coast did well to fight back a little bit there. And then right before half-time there in the 33rd minute, Munster goes for it again and scores a double. He just gets on the outside there. Tanner Boyd gets sucked in the defensive line. And Munster goes over and scores. And we get to half-time there, and the Melbourne Storm were leading 22 points to 10. Very good first half from Melbourne. Defensively, they weren't too bad. The two tries the Gold Coast scored should not have even been allowed. So, really, it should have been 20-0 at half-time. It was quite surprising that the Gold Coast, those tries were given to them. I thought Fermor was held up, and I thought SCSC was double movement. But anyway, we get to the second half there, and Brian Kelly scores for the Gold Coast. Gold Coast needed to score first, and they did that. 22 points to 14 in favour of Melbourne. And then the Melbourne Storm, bit of a grind there for a while, and Munster goes for under the post for a hat-trick. Munster at fullback gets a hat-trick, so it's good to see Munster go through again. Just a world-class player. World-class players do what world-class players do. Munster goes in for a hat-trick. Melbourne 28-14. They bombed a few tries there. I think Tomanapea got called for double movement. Nofaluma should have scored one, but they didn't pass the ball to him. Gold Coast tried a few things there. Didn't work out. And then Tomanapea got a try there late in the game, and it didn't really matter. And we get the full time there, and Melbourne Storm 32, Gold Coast Titans 14. Melbourne in that second half, I thought they were really flat. I thought they were really poor in that second half. The Melbourne Storm, obviously they did what they had to do, but they were nowhere near their best. They were playing a poor opposition in the Gold Coast. We all know how bad the Gold Coast are. They are coming last for a reason. They are dog shit. They are horrible to watch. Just like Newcastle, the Gold Coast are horrible. Now, as we know, round 24, the second last round, the Gold Coast play Newcastle. Could be the spoon bowl. The loser could get the spoon. But we'll see what happens then later on in the year. But the Gold Coast, they are horrible to watch at the moment. Melbourne, they don't look great, but they're doing what they had to do. They've won 2 in a row now. Last week they went to New Zealand and they beat the Warriors. And tonight they beat the Gold Coast. It wasn't pretty, but they did enough in the end, and they ended up getting the result. So fair play to Melbourne. A really solid win from them. Wasn't anything spectacular, but they did what they had to do in the end. I want to mention as well the Brendan Smith hip drop. It didn't look good. He might look at a few weeks for that one. It didn't look good at all. He was put on report. I'm not sure if you call it a hip drop or you call it something else, but it looked like a hip drop to me. So Brendan Smith, who just came back from a suspension from abusing the referee a couple of weeks ago, he may now be looking at more time on the sideline for a hip drop tackle. So we'll see what happens there. So Brendan Smith might be in a bit of shit once again. Seem they can't get out of trouble, that bloke. All right. My top 3 players on ground from the Melbourne and Gold Coast game tonight. I'm going to go number 3. I'm going to go with Cooper Johns. I thought Cooper Johns played really well out there tonight. Thought he played really well at 5'8". He filled in well, and thought he did a great job. Cooper Johns. So number 3 for me is Cooper Johns. Number 2, I'm going to give it to Kenny Bromwich. I thought Kenny Bromwich had a great game in the back row, scored a try, and thought he was pretty good all night, in my opinion, Kenny Bromwich. And number 1, well, we all know who man the match is. Cameron Munster, 3 tries tonight. He was fantastic. He was involved in everything. And once again, Munster's just proving if he's not the best player in the world, he's definitely in the top 2, top 3 behind Nathan Cleary and James Tedesco. So Munster's the man the match, and it's not even close. Storm demolished the Gold Coast, 32 points to 14. it could have been worse, but Melbourne just too good in the end. And we'll go to the final game now. And bugger me, this was a classic game, and Parramatta ended up going on with it and getting the job done. Parramatta 36, Manly 20. This game was played at Brookvale Oval tonight in front of a full packed Brookvale Oval. The Manly supporters were not happy. They were filthy with what they saw, especially in that second half. They were terrible in the second half, Manly. Parramatta just went they went nuts. They were all over them, and it's good to see Parramatta. Without Mitchell Moses, I thought they were no chance. I tipped Manly by 20. I look like an idiot for tipping Manly by 20, but I don't care. It's what I believed at the time, and Parramatta tonight, they were very good, and they deserved the win, and full credit to Dylan Brennan and Clint Gutherson. They stepped up tonight. They were fantastic. If they didn't play tonight, well, if they didn't play as good as what they were, as they did, it would have been fuck knows. It would have been a different game. But they had to step up tonight, and they did that. So fair play to them. All right, we'll go through the games, shall we? And early on, Parramatta, they needed the fast start at Brookie, and they did. And they started really well. Micah Sevo went over for the first try of the game. A beautiful ball there from Clint Gutherson. Sevo scores the first try of the game. Parramatta 4-0. And then Parramatta once again, then our left-hand side, causing all sorts of dramas. A kick from Gutherson for Sevo. Sevo beats Garrick and goes over and scores. Sevo scores a double in about 8 minutes. Parramatta leading 8-0. And I'm going, fuck, this is a good start for the Eels. Great start. Gutherson 0 from 2 from the boot already. Parramatta had all the ball as well the first 15 minutes. They were very dominant early on. And then Manly hit back through Koala. He's quick Koala. He just went over there, scored a beautiful try. 8-6 in favour of Parramatta. Manly have a bit of momentum. They get down the other end there, and Dylan Brown was offside, I believe, accidental offside. Penalty to Manly. Garrett takes the 2 points. Leveled at 8-8 at that point, so it's 8-8 after 25 minutes. Really good game so far. Saab goes over in the corner, and Manly have all the momentum. Manly are on a roll. They're on a 14-0 streak at this point. Saab scores. Garrett converts. Manly 14-8. Manly were looking really good at this part of the game. They look very dangerous as well. Saab made a line break, and they knocked it on there a couple times. And then Gutherson straight through a gap, and he gives it on the Opacek, and Opacek goes over and scores. Opacek of all fucking people scores. Anyway, it's 14-all. It's game on. It's a cracking game. We get to halftime. It's 14-all, and I'm going, fuck, this is a good game. What a classic game this is. A great first half, and 14-all. It's anyone's game at that point. It really is. We get to the second half there, and Christian Tupulotu goes over in the corner, scores a fantastic try in the corner. Garrick missed the conversion, so Manly 18-14. And then Opacek with an escort there. Garrick converts. Manly 20-14, so Manly are up 6 at this point. Unbelievable from Manly. They were looking good. Just a second, guys. My fucking phone's decided to crash. And then I roll up. I don't know why. Fucking stupid piece of shit. There we go. Back on now. So Manly 20-14. Manly looking pretty good. Parramatta was still in the game, though. They were a bit sloppy there at the start of the second half. And then Wagga Blake in the corner. One of the best corner tries of the fucking year. Unbelievable from Wagga Blake. He somehow stays in the air. It's fantastic. Wagga Blake scores in the corner. One hell of a try. It was 20-18 Manly. Gutherson missed a kick again. Gutherson's goal kicking could have cost Parramatta this game. It really could have. And then there was about 20 minutes to go. It's, fucking 20-18 Manly. Ryan Madison. The Ryan Madison no try. This fucking really pissed me off. Brown put a grubber kick through. Knocked on by Manly. Madison regathered it and scored. But as always, they want to go to the bunker. They want to go to the super fucking slow-mo bullshit. That drives me fucking insane. Play the game in real time. Don't fucking go super slow-mo. We all know Madison scored that try. That was a disgraceful decision. I thought that was a fucking joke. I'm still pissed off about that no try from Ryan Madison. That was fucking bullshit. But it didn't really make a difference because 2 minutes later, Gutherson just explodes through the middle. He goes straight through, puts on the afterburners, outruns fucking Garrick. I couldn't believe my eyes. What a try that was. Parramatta go 24-20 in front. And then Will Panasini scores off a nice little calm Jacob Arthur grubber kick. And I thought that was the game right there. What was it? Fucking 30-20. And then Dylan Brown, just to ice the game with 9 minutes ago, just explodes for the middle. Dylan Brown's away. Again, too much speed for Garrick. Garrick at fullback today. Defensively was shocking. Probably the worst game he's played at fullback all year. Brown goes through and scores. Parramatta 36-20. Foran gets taken off with about 7 to go due to a hamstring. So Foran might miss a few weeks now. He might miss the year now. That could be his last game for Manly. I hope not, but hamstrings are not fucking good and this late in the year. And we get the full time there. And Parramatta Eels 36, Manly Seagulls 20. What a performance from Parramatta. A very good win from them. Now, having a look at the ladder, I think Parramatta have just set themselves up for finals. I think Parramatta will play finals now. I think that win has locked them in the finals. As for Manly, well, Manly will be praying that the Warriors beat Souths tomorrow because, Manly are now 2 games out of the 8. And if Souths win tomorrow, it's just going to be so tough for the Seagulls to make the 8. It's looking really tough for Manly as well. So their loss tonight may have just ended the season. I think Manly are gone now. I don't think Manly can make the 8 now. I think that loss tonight and the loss last week has ended their year. So I am putting a red pen through Manly. They won't play finals now. They're gone. Same with the Dragons. If the Dragons lose tomorrow, they're gone. Dragons have a chance tomorrow to be 1 game away from the 8, depending on the situation. So must-win game tomorrow for the Dragons and the Raiders as well. So if either of them lose, it might be tough for either of them to make the 8. But we all know anything could happen in rugby league. We because upsets happen. Look at the Tigers against the Broncos last week. Look at other upsets like the Bulldogs against the Eels earlier in the year. So upsets can happen, but if the Dragons lose tomorrow, it'll be pretty much impossible for them. If Canberra lose tomorrow, it's not over, but it'd be pretty tough. But we'll see what happens. But I thought Parramatta tonight were fantastic. No Mitchell and Moses, no worries. Goverson and Brown really stood up tonight, so well played to Parramatta. Also, Jacob Arthur, I absolutely criticised him all week. I said he was dog shit. I said he was the next Ash Taylor or Luke Brooks. Well, tonight he had probably his best game in first grade, so full credit to Jacob Arthur. I thought he was fantastic tonight. He played really well, so good on him. Not man the match or anything like that, but did his job quite well, so full credit to him. But my top 3 on ground from the Manly versus Parramatta game tonight. Number 3, I'm going to go with Mike Acevo. Thought he was fantastic. Number 2, I'm going to go with Clint Goverson. Thought Goverson was fantastic. And number 1, man the match, I'm giving it to Dylan Brown. I thought Dylan Brown really stood up tonight. Thought he had a fantastic game in my opinion. So Dylan Brown is my man of the match. Parramatta, I think they've just cemented the spot in the finals. Where? Who the hell knows? But I think they'll play finals now, Parramatta. They should be there. They do have a tough run home, obviously. You know, they play Souths next week, which will be a big game. They play Dogs, which will be a big game. Brisbane at Suncorp, and then they finish with Melbourne. So you'd think one win out of those would get them there, but I think they're safe now. I think Parramatta will play finals now, so they should be there. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up the Friday night football review. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video around to your friends, and do all that good shit. Anyway, I hope everyone, I hope you all enjoy your night, and I will see you guys tomorrow night for the Saturday football review. I should have someone with me tomorrow night. I've had to do a solo one tonight. But anyway, have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Full time, Melbourne Storm 32, Gold Coast 14, and full time in the other game, Manly Seagulls 20, Parramatta Eels 36. Anyway, like, subscribe, good night, and I'll see you guys in the next one.